Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios. Today we're going to talk about should I date women differently depending on their age? Have you ever had a girl react differently to you, even though you did the exact same things you did with her with another girl? When I was a younger seducer, I had this problem, and I'm sure you have had this too. Many men wonder why women are so different and difficult. They've struggled and messed up with women because they didn't treat them the way they wanted to be treated. What if I told you that the reason that you made this mistake was partly to do with the phase of life she was in? With this post here, I've simplified women into 3 easy age phases. They're all different and need to be approached differently in terms of relationships. Ready to find out who they are? Or what they are? Look no further. Enjoying my content? Check out my blog at heliosblog.com. On YouTube, you can support me by liking and subscribing. I'm also on Spotify if you'd prefer a podcast. If you're interested in my books, The Strategist's Guide to Seduction and Quotes to Live By, they're available on Amazon. In addition, you can follow me on Patreon at the Helios blog for exclusive content. On with the show. The 3 phases of woman by age. So, there's 18 to 23, which is the rockstar phase. There's 24 to 29, which is the strong independent phase. And then there's 30 plus, which is the lady phase. That's right, there's just 3. And you have to have different relationship strategies for each one. Okay, so the rockstar phase. For some girls, this phase hits earlier, and for some it hits later. But basically, in this phase, an attractive or even relatively attractive girl is treated like the average male rock star. She gets boatloads of attention and gets things for free. Guys offer her the world and instant commitment. Some guys offer to fly her across the world just to hang out. Often, women are jealous and want to be her, especially women in the lady phase. And girls in the rockstar phase are impossible to control. Not that anybody is controllable, really. They have so much relationship power, you can do little to stop it. They can do whatever they like, with whoever they like, with impunity. Some girls don't know it, but that doesn't stop the reality of their situation. Many women in this phase do drugs, drink heavily, or sleep around heavily. They will do this whether you judge them or not, and categorize it under discovering themselves. You cannot stop this just because you dislike it. They'll do it because they have the power to do it. As the famous saying goes, those with power use that power. Acknowledging reality is a huge step towards success. Don't deny that women have power in this phase or resent them for it. It simply is how it is. Number 2, the strong independent phase. In this phase, women have usually completed university or have lots of societal programming from their experience in the world, TV, social media, etc. Women in this phase are much more rational than rockstar phase women, but this does not mean that they're necessarily rational, as many women use their emotions for their reasoning system. But it is certainly better than a teenager, as many girls in the rockstar phase act just like teenagers do. Often, they stop doing drugs or whatever crazy stuff they were doing in the rockstar phase, but they still miss it. Often, they're looking for a more serious type of relationship, but not always. Depending on the woman, they might have a lot of baggage at this point, but it really does depend on the girl and her environment. Some women pretend they're not in this phase and continue the rockstar phase all throughout 18 to 29. These would be the exceptionally attractive women. Again, there's always exceptions. Lady phase, this is number 3. Many women in this phase have had it with their crazy life and want to settle down. They don't do that anymore, they're a lady. All the crazy things in their past, including flings, are quickly tossed aside for the ever-important biological clock. Many women in this phase feel their time is running out and they desperately need to have a kid and get married. Shotgun marriages, anyone? But Helios, these categories are so different. Obviously, these categories are incredibly different, and so you need to consider that only certain relationship strategies are going to be good at these different phases. So what kinds of relationships should I have with women? Well, that depends on the phase they're in. So again, to reiterate, 18 to 23 is the rockstar phase, 24 to 29 strong independent phase, 30 plus lady phase. So for the rockstar phase, this is age 18 to 23. So the best relationship strategy for these kind of girls is friends with benefits. With a friends with benefits arrangement, you don't have to worry about her seeing other guys. She will, whether she's your girlfriend or not, monogamous guys. Instead, you can enjoy the radiant beauty of a rockstar phase girl and the horniness she instills in you, without any of the dramatic downsides. She cheated on me with a guy from the football team. I know it's hard for alpha males to accept that your girl isn't your girl, but ultimately, the world doesn't care about your feelings. Also, humans don't start being monogamous just because you want them to be. Humans are not monogamous, accept it and move on. When that beautiful 18 to 23-year-old sees that you really don't care about who she sees or what she does, it takes all the pressure off her. You know what lack of pressure does to a girl? It makes her relax. When she's relaxed and comfortable around you while still being sexually attracted, and she sees you're non-needy, that leads to exactly what you think. Sex and lots of it. A lot of you guys are going to complain that you can't have any kind of serious relationship with a young girl with this strategy. I'm here to tell you that if you're looking for a serious relationship with a girl in the rockstar phase, you're going to be slapped by reality pretty hard and pretty fast. You can't hold a girl in the rockstar phase for a long time in any kind of relationship arrangement, including friends with benefits. You could probably hold her for around 4 to 12 months, depending on the girl. She's going to flit from flower to flower, whatever you do. If you maintain an attractive, non-needy alpha frame, however, she'll boomerang back to you, often multiple times. Number 2. The strong independent phase. This is age 24 to 29. So for strong independent phase girls, it's your choice of friends with benefits or non-monogamous girlfriend. So if you truly want to have a stable non-monogamous girlfriend situation, the minimum age the girl must be is around 25. Before then, she'll certainly be seeing multiple guys and finding herself. Of course, there's exceptions. If she's younger than 25 and you've somehow convinced her to be monogamous with you, she'll always wonder what could have been. That resentment will break a relationship. Ask me how I know. Often, strong independent girls will have 2 guys. They're more realistic about life and realize that they want the sex of an alpha and the providership of a beta. Which do you want to be? Obviously you're here, so I know. You want what I want, which is to have a regular supply of sex without the drama and emotional ups and downs of tying sex to one person. Often your relationship with a strong independent girl will start out as a friends with benefits, and within 3 months they'll try and define the relationship. Some girls will try and lock you down into a monogamous relationship, which of course you should deny. Others will ask you to define the relationship, and you can tell them that you really like them, but will remain non-monogamous forever, and it's not because of her. You can then explain how society has brainwashed us into believing that we should be monogamous when non-monogamy is actually what would make us all happy. Some women will never ask you to be monogamous, then they'll sleep with you and get a boyfriend on the side. Congratulations, you're in the sex zone. Do not be jealous. The other guy is the beta she uses for gifts, companionship, complaining, taxi services, and showing off to her friends while giving him duty or pity sex. Unfortunately, in this life, we were only given the choice of being a sex zone guy or a friend zone guy. You cannot be both. Okay, and then here's the lady phase. So for lady phase girls, most will never accept a friends with benefits. They might accept a non-monogamous girlfriend situation if you're very attractive, but you'll find that you have to go on 4 or 5 dates before you ever sleep with them, if not more, and you'll have to jump through hoops for sure. There is an exception to this, which some of you and me have experienced. If you're a young 20-something guy and you go after a cougar, as in a girl in her lady phase, you may sleep with them as early as the first date. So what gives? Well, to a lady phase woman, she'll never consider you for a serious relationship if you're a lot younger than her. That means the only thing she's considering you for is sex. This is often how more beta guys or newer players get their first friends with benefits. That was the case for me actually. Lady phase girls are often not looking for extremely masculine alpha males, and less calibrated players do tend to come off as less masculine by virtue of their inexperience. To you older men who are worried about older women being notoriously difficult to seduce and not worth the effort, don't worry. There are women who specifically like older attractive men, so if you keep yourself in shape, you'll be slaying forever, albeit at a slower rate than when you were a young buck. Not that you'll mind when you have that young 20-something on your arm. Why the hell are older women harder to seduce than younger women? Well, lady phase girls often have made an amalgam at this point in their life. An amalgam is a guy who is the fusion of all the best guys she's ever been with, and if you don't beat her amalgam, you'll never sleep with her. Some guys like the challenge, though. What if I want to get married or want something more serious than a non-monogamous girlfriend? If you want that, you're going to have to go for a serious non-monogamous girlfriend or an open marriage arrangement. Conclusion. To sum it up, Women have 3 different life phases. Again, they have the rockstar phase, age 18 to 23. They have the strong independent phase, age 24 to 29. And they have the lady phase, age 30 plus. You should date women differently depending on the phase of life they're in. Doing this will maximize your happiness and theirs. Good luck.